Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of software development. As I told you that I will return early, so here I'm back with software development episode 2, and this is Hello World. Well, no, we are not gonna write any code as I told you, so I just named it like that. But in this video, we're going to talk about something very interesting. So let me tell you what are the goals of the episode. So there are three things we are gonna talk about throughout this episode. Okay, first the types of software. There are lots of types, but I'll tell you what I think about software types because everyone can tell you differently, but everyone's opinions are different. But I'll tell you what's my opinion in the types. So you can tell me in comment section if you think something different. Okay, no offense on that. And then next we will discuss about the programming language you need to learn to start software development. As I told you that to learn software development, programming language is essential. It's a tool to develop software. So then that's we are gonna talk about also. And third, last not least, I'll tell you about the learning path. How can you start learning software development? Because you know what programming language is important. You know what types of software are there in the market. So now you need to know how to learn that software development. So we are gonna talk about these three throughout this episode. So just stay with me, and we are gonna make it as easy as possible together, and we'll understand it in a very better way, and we'll be able to tell people that how it's work next time. So okay, so just let's start with the types of software. So outsourcing. I hope you know what is outsourcing. If you don't know, just let me tell you. Outsourcing is like when see there are lots of company in the outside who are in outside world who are doing the business, and they need software to maintain that business. It can be inventory management system, hospital management, school management, anything, or e-commerce, or maybe in any application they are trying to start a startup. So they need an Android application. You can build that for it. Some people need some business portfolio. You can build a business portfolio website for them as well. So they need software and website or application, whatever you can tell it, they need it so to maintain their business, and you can develop that software for them, and of course it will help you to make some money with that. And this is called outsourcing. And next, your own product. So suppose you are trying to uh, open your own product based software company, or maybe your own company. So inside that company you need some website for your company, maybe you need some internal software for your company, or maybe an app. So you can develop that for your own, by your own, and by your employees. So that's your own product. That's not outsourcing. You are going to develop that for your own purpose, or maybe for as your business portfolio or something. Next, the main thing I want to talk about this is B2B and B2C. See, this is a big topic, B2B versus B2C, or the difference between B2B and B2C, but I'll try to make it as small as possible, and you will understand that as well. So B2B is business to business. So what is business to business? See, business to business means B2B software means is actually an internal software. So maybe just office management system. Just look at this example. Office management, what we do with office management system? It's help us to manage our employees, our office work. This is we are working inside our office, so it's an inside product. It's an internal system to manage our office. This is B2B. And B2C, business to customer, like e-commerce website. You just suppose you are a you have a e-commerce website, and you want to sell your product with that website. So now your customer is coming to buy product with your e-commerce from your e-commerce website. So it's connecting customer with your business. So it's a B2C product. I hope you understand that. So just let me tell you the point in screen. So outsourcing, there are a lot of company outside who need software to maintain their business, and you can develop software for them, and it will help you to make money as well, just like I told you. And your product, suppose you are trying to open your own product based company, and then you have to develop software, app, or website for your own company. It's pretty obvious, just like I told you. You need a business portfolio for your business, for your that's pretty obvious. And B2B, business to business, office management system is an example, and B2C is business to customer. It's an e-commerce website app. If you need another video, if you want another video where I will discuss about the difference between B2B and B2C, you can tell me in comment section. I'll make that video later for you. But for now, this is it. This is the types of software. Next, programming language. I know you are waiting for that. What programming language is important? what is the best programming language to learn. So see, we are here to develop software. So I'll not say that it's not important what programming language you are using, but what is more important is your client's requirement. What is your client's requirement? uh, Programming language will depends on that, because if your client requirement is pretty basics, then you are not going to use something like rocket science. You can use pretty much like WordPress to make a website, but when your client needs something like an inventory management system, then you have to use something like Laravel. You can use ASP.NET, Node.js, whatever you want, but it depends on the requirements. So let me tell you the top three programming language I think you can learn to start. But you can just learn any one of them and you are good to go. So first I'll tell you HTML, Laravel, MySQL. Each one Laravel. So front end is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Back end PHP, Laravel, and for database MySQL. So this is pretty basic. Laravel is a PHP framework. You can use it to make any kind of basic software where you need some database relationship and card operation like inventory management system or hotel management or office management. You can use PHP Laravel or ASP.NET. It's kind of same with Laravel, but you can use it if you want. So it depends on preference, your preference, what you feel comfortable to work with. So you can use just like that. You can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript in front end, and backend ASP.NET, and database MySQL for relationship. And to fetch data, you can use ASP.NET. Next is MERN. This thing is quite advanced. MongoDB, Express.js, React, and Node. Front end, you can use React.js library. For backend, you can use Node and Express.js, and you can use MongoDB, NoSQL database for database relationship. But now you may be confused. You are confused. Like, what should I use now? I'll tell you. See, first check the requirements of your client. What kind of a project you are building? If you are making some kind of basic project, then go with Laravel. Like maybe you are building an e-commerce, then you can use Laravel or ASP.NET. Of course, you can use MERN as well, but I'll tell you to use Laravel or ASP.NET if you are in a beginner level. And if you are in an advanced level, you can go with MERN. But if you need some kind of real-time chat system, then I'll tell you to use MERN. Of course, you can use Node.js with HTML or React with Laravel. That doesn't matter. You can use MySQL instead of MongoDB with Laravel. So with React and Node.js. So that's not a problem. I'm just telling you the best matches here, but you can go whatever you want to go with. So just if you are, but my suggestion will be if you are in beginner level, if you want to start right now, then you can start with PHP and Laravel. But if you are in advanced level, you can go with MERN. And you need advanced software as well, then you have to go with MERN. But if you don't need any advanced software, or you are in a beginner level, you have to just start right now, then go with PHP Laravel. Or maybe you are in love with .NET, so you can go with the ASP.NET. But my suggestion will be PHP Laravel. So that's about the programming language, guys. Now let me know in comment section what you think about the programming language. What programming language will you prefer for your project? So don't forget to tell me on that comment section. Okay, so let's proceed. So how to start learning? Okay, this is not something rocket science. The learning process is pretty easy. You can start learning with YouTube. So just let me show you the previous slide once again. If you are starting PHP Laravel, then I will tell you, you can just take a course from YouTube and just start learning, because HTML and CSS and JavaScript, just give it like 1 or 2 weeks, you will be able to write code in HTML and CSS. And for JavaScript, okay, just it's depends where you are using it, because it's a huge subject, JavaScript. So it depends on you. But if you need to know the basics, then it will be okay. But if you want to know my suggestion, then I'll tell you to go with a full stack web development course. You will find that in YouTube, or maybe you can search that in Udemy, because they are with a full stack web development course, it will be easy for you to complete it properly in a what can I say, with PHP, which a full stack development course, you can complete it in 1 month or 2 months. Then you will be able to build software very easily, and the more you will build software, the more you will know why you are building this. So that's it. That's for the learning part. You can start with but if you are trying to learn Marn, then I'll tell you to grab a course from Udemy, because for Marn I won't suggest to go with YouTube. But if you are trying to find a Laravel project, then you can go with YouTube. You'll find very good course there, and you can also find ASP.NET course in YouTube. But you can give Udemy a try. It's sometimes it's best. Want to know more about Udemy course and how to buy Udemy course and which course is better, then you can find a link in description. I'll give that to you. You can that's one of my article. You can read that and you will be able to know what course is best for you. So guys, that was it. That was pretty much it. So let me tell you what just we covered with this episode. The types of software, I told you about that, and then I told you what programming language you should start learning, and after that I told you the how to start learning. But if you need to know more about the Udemy courses, you can, as I told you, you can find my article link in description. And for if you need a note, you will find a link for the note in description as well. So just check that out and you will be able to get them in description, and it will be easy for you to understand. So that's it guys. It was the second episode of my software development series, and in next episode we'll talk about the implementation, and I'll be back as soon as possible. So till then, just stay happy, stay safe, stay cool. Okay, bye.